So this video is really key. We're going to be going through how the ArriveCan app is acting like a form of social credit. How is the government being allowed to do this? Is it invading our privacy? We're going to go through it in this video. Let's do this. So is the ArriveCan app a form of social credit? So that's exactly what I'm going to take you through in this video. And if you haven't done so already, go back and see my previous video, which is actually the best video that I've produced on this channel in terms of views and engagement. So that's very interesting. That tells me a lot about how people are concerned about what is happening with their privacy and everything like that. So we're going to dig into all of that in this video. So check out that video. Please do me the honor of hitting the like button. Please subscribe to the channel below if you're interested in this kind of content. And let's get into this. Anyway, guys, so it starts off with the ArriveCan app on your phone here, which in itself does not seem like a really bad thing. But when you think about the social credit scores and how that works in China, you have to understand that it's all about data capture. So with this app, it allows the government, because the government is collecting your data through this app, to effectively vet you before you come into the country. Now, this has discouraged a lot of visitors from coming to Canada. The ArriveCan app has been massively controversial, and with good reason. Just like the Cerveza sickness apps that were available, we all know the ones that I'm talking about here. And part of the reason that I have to speak cryptically about this is because of the censorship which is right now happening. You see, the thing is, guys, when I upload a video on YouTube, artificial intelligence goes through that video, it looks for keywords in what I say, and it can lead to shadow bans. So it's very, very interesting the times that we live in when companies have so much control over the narrative which is being said, and governments influence those massive companies. And we saw that throughout the whole Cerveza sickness. So the thing is, when you think about having this app on your phone, this is just the start. This is just numbing people to the idea of these things. Think about it with the Cerveza passports. Think about it with the ArriveCan app. These are things that most travelers just do not want. And I believe the people who say, oh, Luke, it's just an app, don't worry about it. Why are you so worried about it? Well, the thing is, it's because it's just the start. It's just the beginning. They are literally trying to numb people to the idea of all this happening. So what happens is when you put your medical information into that app, it goes to the government. Your private medical information can then be used to calculate a social credit score. Think about it. The government, through this app, is actually finding out who complied and who didn't comply with what they want. And I even recently saw a video that happened at the Canadian border, and when the guy said that he didn't want to disclose his private medical information, the border guy literally said, oh, you're one of those people. The thing is, this division that we currently have between people is going to lead to a civil war if we are not careful. We are in the mix of a fourth turning. I believe the fourth turning is happening right now. And the thing is, this division, this creating divides between one another, is part of that whole fourth turning process. So it is a bad sign. But anyway, the government takes that data, they throw it in the data harvest, and that gives you a social credit score. The thing is, this isn't so much of a conspiracy theory because it's actually happening in China. So I'm going to play part of a clip from a NBC video in China, and also I've linked the entire video at the bottom in the description, so check that out after and take a look at what they're saying here.
So, picture your life in a place where everything you do, what you buy, how you behave, is tracked. The government gives you a score, and the score is a measure of how trustworthy you are as a citizen and determines what you're allowed to do. The system's eyes are in big data, artificial intelligence, and roughly 200 million surveillance cameras.
So don't you find that interesting? Don't you find how those different things and the way that system works to be very interesting? We already have the groundwork laid for such a system like that. You just have to get the public in tune to actually be numb to a point that they would accept a system like that. And we saw that with the medicine passports and indeed with the ArriveCan app. People who say, oh, it's okay, Luke, you're just worrying about nothing. That is exactly what the government wants those people to be like, because being like that means that they can be manipulated, they can be controlled easier, and that is exactly what the government wants. You see, all these extra procedures that are put in place are actually there to discriminate against people. Because let's say you don't want to disclose your private medical information. Well, what happens? Well, I've seen it in the videos what happens. They basically say you've now got to be locked in your house under house arrest for 10 days. And it is utterly ridiculous and stupendous when you think about the mandates on the provincial level, that why they would have these federal regulations still in place. But the reality is, and it really comes back to this, guys, and this is the thing, both Freeland, Trudeau, and Jagmeet are all heavily tied to the World Economic Forum. And on the last video, I put that video of Klaus, and I'm going to show you it again so you can hear what he says and listen closely.
When you brought the Young Global Leaders program here for executive education and then the Schwab Fellows. But there are two countries in the world now in which the young global leaders have emerged. Tell us just a bit about that in terms of the governance.
Yes, actually, this notion to integrate young leaders is part of the World Economic Forum since many years. And I have to say, when I mention now names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. Mm-hmm. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
So in that video, he literally says how he is penetrating the cabinets, how he is corrupting the political system here in Canada. That's not a conspiracy theory. That is legitimately what he said, and I just showed you. So we know that Jagmeet Singh is a young global leader of the World Economic Forum. We know Trudeau has spoke many times at World Economic Forum events, and we know that Freeland is a trustee of the World Economic Forum. So the thing is, when you really think about how they've already done this, it really makes sense that you are starting to see things like the ArriveCan app, the data harvest, and the government information collection as part of the system, because this is exactly what the World Economic Forum talks about all the time, how artificial intelligence is going to take control over everything. Well, the thing is, this is already happening because, like I said, with the censorship, it is AI that is going to go through this video and pick different words from it to see whether it gets shadow banned. And really, guys, it comes down to us as an audience, because the true fact of the matter is the more times a video is shared, the less likely a video is to be shadow banned. That's just the way it works. YouTube's algorithm basically realized with videos that, hey, if somebody shares it enough, they can't hide that video any longer, so they have to show it to different audiences. But when they can just shadow ban a video and then nobody sees it, that is really when there's issues. And the thing is, guys, I just find this incredibly interesting. The period of time that we're going through right now is like no other that people have ever experienced before. So the takeaway from this video is the ArriveCan app, is it actually a form of social credit scoring? Yes, it most definitely is, because they are discriminating against different people depending on a decision that they made, and the decision which the government wanted you to make, those people get treated better than the decision which the government does not want you to make. So that is very interesting to me, and that is basically a form of social credit scoring. And that's why I said behind me, the ArriveCan, aka a social credit scoring app. So the thing is, this is something to be really concerned about, and it's something that has concerned me massively. And the division of people is getting larger and larger and larger, and it could lead to a point of civil war. And I really think the fourth turning wheels are in motion. You've got wide-scale wealth inequality and all different things in the mix that are leading to this division in society. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do me the honor of hitting that like button. It greatly helps videos, and you need to hit the like button on this video because this video could possibly be suppressed. If you enjoyed this video, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, participate in the live streams that we have on this channel. If you want to do that, turn all notifications on. If you don't, that's fine by me. So maybe I'll see you in the next one, maybe I won't, but take care. Bye-bye.